Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one of the most fascinating discussions in modern tennis. A conversation not just about rankings or trophies, but about star power, atmosphere, and global impact. Because right now, a bold statement is circulating in the tennis world. Alex Eala has been called an absolute rock star, and even the biggest draw in women's tennis, ahead of established superstars like Aryna Sabalenka and Coco Gauff. Yes, you heard that right. A 20-year-old from the Philippines, still climbing, still building, still chasing her first Grand Slam title, is being spoken about as the most magnetic presence in the women's game today. And this isn't social media hype. This is coming from former ATP stars who have played the biggest stages in tennis and understand exactly what it means to draw a crowd. Alexandra Eala is no longer just a promising young talent. She is a phenomenon. At only 20 years old, Eala has already cemented her status as the most accomplished tennis player in Philippine history. She has broken barriers, rewritten record books, and opened doors that had never before been unlocked for her nation. But what makes her story extraordinary in 2026 is not just her achievements. It's the atmosphere that surrounds her wherever she goes. This year alone, her matches at the Australian Open drew standing-room-only crowds. Her home tournament in Manila became a celebration of national pride. And at the Dubai Championships, the stadium energy during her matches rivaled finals-level intensity. In fact, her run to the quarterfinals of the WTA 1000 event in Dubai propelled her to a new career-high ranking of world number 31, a milestone that reflects not only her consistency, but her rapid development. Yet even as her ranking climbs, many observers argue that her popularity has already surpassed her position on the leaderboard. That conversation took center stage on the Nothing Major podcast, hosted by former ATP professionals. During a recent episode, former world number 11 Sam Querrey posed a bold question to fellow retired American players Steve Johnson and John Isner. On the women's side, he asked, "Is Eala the biggest draw in tennis right now? Bigger than Sabalenka? Bigger than Coco?" It's a staggering comparison. Sabalenka is a multiple-time Grand Slam champion and one of the most dominant power players in the sport. Gauff is a global superstar with major titles and massive endorsement deals. Yet here was the question: does Eala generate more crowd energy? Steve Johnson didn't hesitate. Yes, he said, and his reasoning wasn't about trophies, it was about impact. Johnson compared Eala's current effect to what Joao Fonseca brought to the men's side during his breakout in Miami the previous year. Every court packed, standing room only, fans lining the walkways, buzz filling the grounds long before the first ball was struck. According to Johnson, it's happening everywhere Eala plays. Australia? Standing room only. Dubai? Standing room only. Doha? Massive crowds. The pattern is consistent. The remarkable part is that this isn't confined to one region. It's global. Former world number 8 John Isner expanded on that idea by highlighting something many may have overlooked for years: the size and passion of the Philippine market. He emphasized that it's a huge audience, one that had simply been waiting for a star to rally behind. And now, they have one. Tennis has long thrived when new markets emerge. Think of how the sport exploded in popularity in countries that produced iconic champions. When a nation sees one of its own competing at the highest level, the emotional investment multiplies. Television ratings rise. Merchandise sales increase. Social media engagement surges. Eala represents that spark for the Philippines. Isner pointed out that there are enormous, untapped markets in global tennis. All they need is a player who can capture imaginations. And that is exactly what Eala has done. But this isn't just about economics. It's about atmosphere. When Eala steps onto a court, something changes. The energy shifts. The noise builds. You don't just watch her matches, you feel them. Isner suggested that even beyond her results, fans tune in just to experience the vibe, the chants, the flags, the collective heartbeat of a nation behind one player. And that's what separates a star from a draw. A star wins titles. A draw transforms events. Sam Querrey added another dimension to the conversation: visibility. Eala has already appeared on the cover of Vogue. She's crossing into mainstream culture, becoming more than an athlete. She's a symbol of modern Filipino excellence. And here's the most intriguing part. Her meteoric rise is recent. Before her explosive breakthrough in Miami last year, she was relatively unknown to casual tennis audiences. Insiders recognized her junior pedigree and technical promise, but the global spotlight had not yet found her. Then Miami happened. Victories over Grand Slam champions. Deep run into a major WTA 1000 semifinal. Stadiums filling earlier each round. Commentators scrambling to recalibrate expectations. From that moment, her career trajectory shifted permanently. Querrey described her transformation succinctly. She went from unknown to rock star almost overnight. And yet, she is not currently ranked in the top 10. That's what makes this narrative even more extraordinary. Despite not holding a major title or a top 5 ranking, Eala commands center court placements. Tournament organizers understand the demand. Fans want to see her. Broadcasters want her matches in prime time. In a sport often dominated by established hierarchy, that kind of organic momentum is rare. Of course, her tennis deserves equal attention. Her left-handed game creates natural angles that trouble opponents. Her defensive skills have sharpened significantly over the past year. Her shot selection has grown more mature, blending aggression with patience. Her run to world number 31 reflects consistent improvement across surfaces. She has learned to manage pressure moments better. She's building physical endurance for deeper tournament runs. She's adjusting tactically against top-tier opponents. But the aura around her cannot be quantified by statistics alone. When she plays in Manila, the environment resembles a national celebration. When she competes in Melbourne, Filipino communities show up in force. In Dubai, the Aviation Club Tennis Center felt like a home venue. It's not merely support, it's identity. Tennis thrives on rivalries, but it also thrives on passion. Eala brings a fresh wave of both. Is she bigger than Sabalenka right now? In terms of titles, no. Sabalenka's achievements are undeniable. Is she bigger than Gauff in commercial recognition? Not yet. Gauff's brand power remains immense. But when it comes to immediate crowd, pull, emotional atmosphere, and the sense that something electric might happen every time she steps on court, the argument becomes compelling. Eala represents possibility. She embodies a new chapter in women's tennis, one where geographic diversity expands the sport's emotional footprint. If she were to win a Grand Slam title, Querrey suggested, it would be one of the biggest global sporting stories imaginable. Considering the scale of Filipino support worldwide, that's not an exaggeration. For now, though, she continues to build. Tournament by tournament, match by match, ranking point by ranking point. And as her results improve, the conversation about her drawing power will only intensify. The WTA Tour has always celebrated champions, but it also celebrates personalities who ignite stadiums. Right now, Alexandra Eala is doing both. She is climbing the rankings. She is commanding center courts. She is uniting a nation. And she is forcing former pros to ask bold questions about her place in the hierarchy of star power. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you measure greatness by trophies, by numbers, or by noise levels inside packed arenas, one thing is undeniable. Alex Eala is no longer just a rising star. She is a global attraction, and perhaps, as some now claim, the biggest draw in women's tennis today.